Gotta love those Colorado sunsets, huh?
Oh yeah, it's nice today. Sure. Definitely a good one.
Here in Colorado, smoke marijuana wherever the fuck we want. They say that we're supposed to go to a place for privacy, but I need to medicate. I'm not looking for a place for privacy. I really don't give a fuck what other people think. Marijuana is better than cigarettes. So as you guys can see, we are having a fantastic sunset this evening here in, well, we'll call it North Denver, Boulder area. And the sun is behind the cloud right now. It should be getting behind the mountains in just a minute. This is a free Wi-Fi access point here in a little town called Dacono, Colorado. This brief report, while we're here watching the sunset, is going to be based around my odyssey or adventures since leaving San Francisco. I had a brief stint, a tour in Oklahoma, a small town just outside Oklahoma City that was a small fledgling commune. They're still working on it, but they're getting there. And let's see, there's been a lot of police activity towards the homeless, even homeless veterans that I've seen, being that most of this activity has been towards myself. And there's no jobs in this country, so the only way to survive is to fly a sign, help a veteran, something like that. And I can prove that I'm a veteran. You know, they call it panhandling. Well, you know, if you're going to force us out of society to a point where the only way to survive is to beg, then, you know, I believe that is the basis for why revolutionaries this day and age do what we do. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. And, you know, I've been kicked off of the freeway entrances for what they call panhandling. I call it survival. They don't like it when I flip the sign around and go from help a veteran to fuck the police and free Bradley Manning. But that's what I do. If the police are going to act like Nazi Gestapo fucking pigs, then I'm going to treat them like they're Nazi Gestapo fucking pigs. In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick break and think about what else I have to tell you. There's been quite a bit that's happened. I'm at a point now where I have no Wi-Fi, so I have to find a free Wi-Fi location. The housing situation is obviously, you know, wherever I find a place to sleep. There's been some people that have betrayed me as friends. They stole from me after offering me a place to stay. When I say they, we'll name the person specifically. Her name is Audrey Mahoney. You can find her on Facebook. She is a complete psycho. She's living in a house that has asbestos in it, which I think may be the problem. She's been there for several years. I knew her a few years ago when we worked at IBM, and she stole some of my most personal possessions. Buddhist, it's a scroll. It's called a Gohonzon. And she stole that from me, as well as the brass bowl, it's a bell that we chime at the beginning and end of our prayers. So Audrey Mahoney is the type of person that you would not want to associate with, and she's the type of person that I've come to find are people that will offer help and then expect something in exchange when they know that you're in a dire, desperate situation, and the only thing you can give would be maybe your labor. But instead of asking for your labor, they demand it. I'm one of those people that works on the principle of courtesy and communication. So if you can't have, an open communication and be courteous about it, then I don't want to deal with you. And that's what happened with Audrey. She's one of those people that has stolen items from me that are not only personal, but in retrospect, she calls it karma for what she did to me. I wouldn't call it karma, maybe, but when you steal from somebody that is Buddhist and you steal their, basically, it's a mirror image of me, of my soul that she stole, and other items that went with it. So her karma has got to be pretty bad right now, or sometime in the future, because what goes around comes around. And when you mess with people that are Buddhist, that believe in the universe, it comes around tenfold. So I don't practice on a regular basis, but the chanting and prayer, but I do believe in the foundation of it, which is when somebody does wrong to you, that does not mean that you do wrong back to them. Same principle that Jesus taught. So Buddha and Jesus very close to my heart. How's it going, man? Sun is getting really close to the horizon. This is going to be a spectacular sunset. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to take a quick break and smoke a bowl. There you go, clear up the picture for you. I'm not sure who's watching. I can't really see the chat. I've got this thing propped up. There we go, there's a chat. No, I want the chat. Well, feel free to ask any questions if you have any. Thanks for joining me. I've got a new system, not only for the Wi-Fi, but for reporting. Most of my posts will not be going to Facebook, other than the little quick post shenanigans here and there. Everything will be posted on my website, independentcitizenmedia.weebly.com, and those will be the little short blurbs and stuff on the extra tab, which is the blog. I plan to be putting out some videos here. There's some stuff that I've recorded, photographs, police activity, some gardening. Not everything that I film or do is violently related or police related. A lot of things that I like to do is show free energy or some sort of positive quality in humanity or humans, for those of us that have it left. I've met quite a few people recently that are specifically for number one and nobody else. Those are the kind of people that are the demise of humanity and will ultimately, destroy us, because if they don't care what they do now, that it affects future generations, those future generations are doomed. Because the things that we're doing now and have been doing since the Industrial Revolution is not only killing other things in nature, but it will soon kill humans and humanity itself. In retrospect, as far as the universe is concerned, that would be a blessing, because humans are nothing but a plague and a disease. With that being said, I'm going to take another quick break and smoke some more of this pot. There we go. All right, so like I said, I'm not sure who's watching, but I want to thank you for joining us. We're probably about 5-10 minutes away from total sunset. It's just dusting on the mountains there. Let's see, to your left, it's very hard to see. If there was a way for you to see the mountain that's right here, that is Long's Peak. It's right behind this obstruction. And Rocky Mountains on up to the north. The sunrises have been fantastic lately as well. Hey, Cindy Lewis, thanks for checking in on the sunset there. Yes, and it is going to be a beautiful evening. I'm going to continue laying out the report. I noticed some viewers left and came back in. Basically, as a citizen journalist or a homeless veteran, become citizen journalist. I was with Occupy Communications and Media team back when it was Occupy, and I'm still doing this. If you can't make a donation on my website, please feel free to share the donations link. Let people know that that is how I'm surviving, and how if I was able to pay for Wi-Fi, if I had a Wi-Fi access point, or if I could get enough donations, I would get Wi-Fi so I don't have to go in front of little donut shops and Starbucks, etc. However, I was saying earlier that the police activity has increased. I've been hearing lots of reports there are Russians training here in the United States, or they're, I don't know if they're even training. They might be full-fledged soldiers, but there were Russian military spotted in the United States and reported on. That's a concern. There's also, of course, the things going on with Snowden. Apparently, Russia wants him out of the airport, and that could be a concern, being that there are Russian troops inside the United States borders. There's also been sightings of hundreds of tanks. Yes, hundreds of tanks being brought into the United States via Canada. There's a helicopter flying by right now. That's not uncommon for this area, but he's moving rather slow and he's rather low. It's not uncommon for me to be watched. I haven't felt any kind of security risks since I left the Bay Area. There haven't been any followers like there were back during the Occupy movement. CIA, FBI agents, whatever the fuck they are. And check out that sunset. Isn't that beautiful? Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Check the screen. There, lighten it up for you a little bit. And let's see, where was I? Police activity. I've taken a lot of photographs. I've got this. You're gonna ask, how does a homeless veteran get such a stellar camera? Don't worry about it, but I have it. This is a Canon EOS Rebel T3i. I have a 75 to 300 millimeter lens on here, as well as a 18 to 55 in the bag. This thing is incredible. I love it. I've wanted a digital camera forever, and I finally got one. I can get all the shots, and not only that, but it has a video mode with 10x optical zoom. So you get a 10x optical zoom on top of the 300 millimeters, and I'll tell you what, you'll be right down their teeth from about 2 blocks away. I said I got a tripod to go with it, and the only thing I'm missing really is a night vision camera, but I think this will suffice. Still trying to work out how I can get it to hook up to the Cerevo live shelf for live broadcasts on Ustream, and see what else. God damn, that's beautiful, man. I love being back home in Colorado. Here, a quick subject to touch on. Boulder, Colorado has an awesome, fantastic homeless or houseless, because a lot of people in Boulder I've found they're not homeless, they're houseless because they want to be. And throughout my travels, I've also found that a lot of homeless are houseless because they want to be. They don't want to be part of society. They don't want to be part of the corruption. They don't want anything to do with it, except for the survival needs that that are met through one way or another. Let's check the screen again real quick. There we go. And we got a reverse trip on the helicopter. It is green. I think that might be the Flight for Life, but usually they're orange, at least that I know of. So let's see, what else did I have to report on? There are a lot of obtuse people in this world that just do not get it, and unfortunately it's up to us. I communicate with people on a daily basis, one-on-one, at a 7-Eleven, Stop and Rob, Shop and Save, whatever, wherever I go. I discuss the issues at hand: Federal Reserve, Monsanto, fluoride in the water, chemtrails, you name it. I know about it, and if I don't know about it, I'd be glad to hear from somebody who knows something that I don't. Humanity is pretty fucked up, and I feel sorry for anybody that feels that they have to earn that proverbial dollar or have to have money. I've talked to some people that is their goal, that is their driving force in life, to get money. I do not pray to that God, and I never will. I never have either. If money is the root of all evil, then the bankers are the most evil people on this planet. And by the way, you can't really see it, but just right over here is where I've been camping, and I watch the police up and down this freeway all night long. It's pretty neat to be able to just sit there, and I got a nice little dark shadow over there. You even got electricity to plug in and charge up my shit. I do have a solar panel here. It's a goal 0, and since the sun has gone down, it's about time to go ahead and probably put this thing away. But it's real handy, helps keep my music playing during the day. I can charge up my phone with it through the rechargeable AA battery pack. I have extra batteries for it, as well as an additional battery pack that charges my phone. This, however, is a different story. To charge this, I have to have an outlet. Can't charge it off of solar. There's no adapter for it. But I can get about, well, depending on how many pictures and how much I screw around, but I can probably get between 2,000 and 4,000 pictures on a 16 gig. Well, I've got a 16 gig card, but I can get between 2,000 and 4,000 pictures on the battery life that I have between the two batteries that I have for this. It's my understanding that Occupy is going to have a national gathering, and I'd like to go. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I do have some friends that are making plans to go there, so I can't even remember where it was going to be because it's not a top priority for me right now. Top priority is figuring out a way to earn enough money so that I can pay my child support, because they've taken my license, and the next step is throwing me in jail. But without a job, without jobs available for me, I can't earn the kind of money that they want. Although I did score a victory, it was lowered temporarily, and the case was closed by the judge. It was lowered from $300 to $100 a month, even though I'm not earning any income and I'm homeless. But that was mighty white of Judge, well, we won't say his name. Sun's getting down there, it's disappeared, and it's starting to check the chat real quick.
Stay safe. Thanks for the streaming. You're welcome. Love of world peace. Cool name. I will keep streaming. Don't forget to check the website, independencitizenmedia.weebly.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, Occupy One Liberty. And I also have a backup account, Occupy Odyssey. There's Occupy the Odyssey on Facebook if you'd like to check that out. That's where a lot of my posts go from my website as well as my personal page. My name is James Cartmill. You can find me on Facebook, and feel free to send me a friend's request. Love to hear from you. I love suggestions, questions, comments, concerns. In the meantime, I think that's enough for broadcast this evening. I want to thank you guys for tuning me. Peace, love, and solidarity. We'll see you next time.